All right, what is going on, Banter fam? Welcome into today's edition of In the Game. I am your host, Hustle, and as always, we'll be diving into the crypto gaming and the NFT gaming landscape today as I kind of want to touch base on my market thesis just a little bit. Not much has changed since earlier in the week, but what has come to surface is the financing numbers in Web3 gaming from the last calendar month in August, and I think the numbers are actually staggering. So we'll talk about the Web3 gaming financing that's coming into the space and how much it overshadows the Web2 gaming financing. And we'll talk about that in this edition, as well as a new playtest that hit for Gala Games. And, they're doing a great job of showcasing the games coming to the platform. We'll show some gameplay from that, as well as talk about a couple projects that, are having some catalysts and updates in the coming weeks and months that I am super bullish on in the future of crypto gaming, as I view this as a long-term opportunity, especially if our thesis plays out after the ETH Merge. So without further ado, let's get in the game.
T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If you ain't here to hustle, why is you here? But if you here to hustle, the moon is near. It's crypto Banter, not financial advice. If you don't listen, what's the cost, what's the price? This ain't a game, put you on game. I know you don't play, but ain't a percent. If you ain't here to hustle, why is you here? But if you here to hustle, the moon is near. It's crypto Banter, not financial advice. If you don't listen, what's the cost, what's the price? This ain't a game, put you on game. I know you don't play, but ain't here to play. If you get lost, show you the way.
All right, let's dive right into it. If you are new to the channel, be sure to drop down and hit the subscribe button for new shows here every single day on Crypto Banter, as well as like the video if you get value out of this video, or if you just enjoy the content here on the channel. As well, shout out to our official sponsors for the channel, for the In the Game show, which are Animoca Brands, the largest Web3 gaming company in the world, Unix Gaming, one of the leading Web3 infrastructures in Web3 gaming, as well as MEXC, the official exchange of the In the Game show. You can check out the description down below to hit links on more information on all three of those awesome protocols and projects. So let's go ahead and dive into the market really quickly, because my thesis hasn't changed too much. We're seeing green in the market today, guys, but don't feel like you're missing out on anything. These small moves leading up to the ETH Merge. I think after the ETH Merge is when it's going to be really telling to see if that buy the rumors, sell the news event plays out. And I think we could see a lot better prices afterwards, guys, because I don't know that the up motion that we're seeing in the markets today, for example, a lot of green when we're scrolling through just the watch list today. I don't know that this is here to stay, given everything going on economically with inflation. And then obviously the catalyst effect with Ethereum Merge, which is like 6 days around the corner. I'm not jumping to jump into any market moves at the moment. I think it could be very volatile a few days ahead before the ETH Merge. And then after the ETH Merge, we're going to be looking for those better prices to play out. And why am I so dead set on the crypto gaming industry? So many people, are so like skeptical on the industry. Well, I don't know if Web3 gaming is going to adopt, if metaverse is going to be this big of a trend. Well, when you look at the finance numbers that are coming into this industry, I think that they speak for themselves. When you see here, $785 million was invested in blockchain games in just the month of August, guys. So to put this in perspective for you, this is much larger than the Web2 gaming space. When you take a look at Web2 gaming financing, VR, metaverse, and AR have totaled $77 billion in the last 18 months. But obviously it's a large number, but when you take a look at the amount that Activision took up, Microsoft and Activision was 90% of those financing deals, guys. So most of the interest, most of the financing deals, and most of the dollars are coming into the Web3 side of things. Per VC Cafe, over 50% of every dollar that has been invested by venture capital into gaming in 2022 over the first half has been into Web3 games. This just only solidifies my conviction in this industry. And I firmly think that if you're a part of this right now in the metaverse, crypto games, NFTs, you're going to see the transgression of utility, play to earn, go to play and earn. And then it's going to eventually just become gaming when ownership is a known model in these games that we all know and love over time. I think we have a long ways ahead of us. And that's why I'm so focused on those quality projects that I think are going to last throughout the bear market, which we'll talk about in just a second. We're seeing adoption from Web 2 companies like GameStop coming in, partnering with Immutable, now partnering with FTX to introduce more customers to crypto and collaborate in marketing initiatives. You know, we're seeing Meta, obviously, with everything that they're doing. Lots of companies and games coming to Polygon with Disney, obviously Marvel coming with Immutable. So there's a lot going on under the umbrella and under the hood. And to lay the future of the gaming industry for Web3, we have to have a solid foundation, or else this industry won't become the kingdom that we foresee it being in the future, with ownership of assets being such a big thing. And NFT's best utility case right now is absolutely the use case is gaming. Ownership of assets inside of games, digital collectibles, skins, those go right in line with the gaming industry. And that's why I'm so focused on quality projects during these time periods, during these volatile periods of the market where I'm looking for better prices, like Gala, right? Gala is basically the Activision, the Riot Games, the Epic Games of Web3 with their film and their music models. You can basically call them the all-encompassing entertainment platform of Web3. And for Web3 gaming specifically, with everything that's coming to their platform, they have 14 plus games slated to launch. And the latest one that just did a playtest was Superior. And Superior looks fantastic. Third-person shooter. I'll pull up a little bit of gameplay here quickly. But as you see, third-person shooter, very advanced movement mechanics. You're kind of fighting off these like zombies. There's missions and tasks you have to complete, etc. But whenever you're looking at the quality that Gala is pushing, a lot of good games on their platform, and they're not shying down from letting people go in and test it out. People have played so many of their games, from Grit, Walking Dead Empires, to like I just showed with Superior. So many people are already hopping in these games. They have nothing to hide, which I love about Gala. They're pushing the space forward with ex-Zynga execs. Zynga obviously cultivated Farmville, one of the biggest free-to-play Facebook games of all time. Really, really high conviction in what Gala Games is doing. I also love what Vulcan Forged is doing. And when I'm looking at these protocols that are overarching, right, have a lot of games under the umbrella, Vulcan Forged is one of those leaders in that category, alongside Gala, alongside projects like Ultra, for example. So when this valuation here, if you're looking at the market cap, we're at about $87 million market cap on a token that at its all-time highs is over a 10x from now. I mean, we were looking at a $40+ Vulcan Forged at the height of the bull market. And I think that nothing has changed with these platforms, guys. If anything, more development has occurred in these time periods, right? With Gala, Vulcan Forged, Ultra, etc. So when you're looking at Vulcan Forged, you know, these are their live games, and they have so many more games coming between Vulcan Poker, Vulcan Runner, which is like Temple Run, Tower Defense. You can liken it to a Bloons Tower Defense. You have Vulcan Verse, Berserk, etc. There's just so much to be excited about. So when you're looking at these platform level projects, I think that you could potentially have a stake in those small indie dev studios, like a small Activision, a small Epic Games, a small Riot Games in the future of this industry. And if you have a long-term scope, if you have a long-term horizon on this industry, I think that you are in a great position to capitalize in this bear market, to position yourself in the future to be in front of this industry. When everyone's like, so it's such a bad thing that traditional gamers hate NFT gaming. No, it's not. In fact, everyone hated the internet. They said it wasn't going to become a big thing. Everyone hated cell phones. Everyone hated this and that. Everyone hates the next best evolution that takes them away from what they're standard and comfortable with. If you are here and you're hearing that backlash, I think it's the best possible thing you could be hearing as a Web3 gaming bull, is to hear that pullback, because that's how you know the technology is disruptive enough to not get over their minds those first couple of times, right? We all do business over the internet. It's the biggest thing in the world. Most people said the internet was a fad and it would fail. So I think if you are here and you're hearing that, you should be welcoming that feedback and criticism, and it should only make you even more confirmed that you are in this disruptive industry that's here to stay. And the financing specifically does say so. Obviously, keep your quality on your watch list at the top, guys. I always say this is not the time to be diving into market cap tokens that are small, but this is definitely the time to be researching those small caps, right? Everyone always talks about the 100x in the next bull run. Well, this is the time to research and find those 100Xs for when the time comes. But this is not the time to ape into a $1 million market cap token, for example. So always top to bottom, have your market cap, have your project sorted high market cap, mid cap, low cap. Understand what each of them provide as strengths in the market, risk amounts as well. Low caps are very high risk, but that's the tokens that you study. You find the quality in those. When the market turns back around, those will be the biggest gainers, I can guarantee you. And then last but not least, if you need something to do this weekend, I would advise hopping over to Undead Blocks, Call of Duty zombie style Web3 game. $15,000 tournament. They run these tournaments every single week. I like to hop in and compete as well as a first-person shooter player and as someone who really likes Call of Duty and zombies. I love what the team's doing at Undead Blocks with this esports model. $15,000 free to play this weekend. I would definitely advise hopping in if you haven't tried out their tournaments. There's nothing to lose and there's only money to be gained. So without further ado, we're going to get out of here. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed the show and subscribe to the channel for daily crypto videos right here on Crypto Banter. I will be back this weekend with another show. As always, play well, my friends.